Hello there, Liverpool fans. Back with another video in the international break. Again, this is probably the third or fourth time that the season has come to a standstill because of these bloody international games. Unimportant, waste of space international games that nobody actually wants to take part in. And yeah, it's just a nuisance really because just when we're getting into the swing of the season, into the main part of the season, the most exciting part of the season, with the title race in full flow now. Liverpool and Man City pulling away from the rest, and yeah, we have another stoppage now, and we have to wait until the 24th, I think it is, until we play Watford next at Vicarage Road. Yeah, so basically, I wanted to make another video because I wasn't able to make a review of the Fulham game, the 2-0 victory we had over Fulham before we broke up for the international break. And yeah, it was a professional performance from Liverpool. Professional performance. First half, we can't really say much. There wasn't much going on apart from the disallowed goal for Fulham, which was offside. If you actually look at the replay, you will see that the player was offside. Two of them, in fact, were offside in Liverpool's penalty area. And there's some bloody pundits and people in the media trying to convince us that there was no offside. Do you know the rules of football? Please. When a player is in front of another player or a part of their body is in front of the other players, in the line, then it's offside, man. That's the rule. That's the rule of offside. Do we not understand this still, people in England, or anywhere across the world? It's offside, man. Doesn't matter which country you play in. The law of the game is if you're in front of another player, any part of your body, you will be called offside, and that's exactly what it was. And then a marvelous piece of action from Virgil van Dijk to usher Alisson to be quick and to throw the ball out to Trent, and he plays a magnificent long ball into the path of Salah, who finds himself unmarked on his own, and he makes a run, from about 35, 40 yards into the Fulham penalty area and just slots it under the goalkeeper, Sergio Rico, and Liverpool find themselves 1-0 up on the stroke of half time. And I have to admit, the goal came at the right time, because I was starting to get worried about this game. I really was. I mean, because it was an early kickoff, I think Liverpool kind of thought to themselves, this team is at the bottom of the league. It's an early kickoff. We haven't even woken up properly yet. So we just take it easy, and eventually we will find a goal. But no, I mean, Fulham actually defended well. We didn't exactly we weren't flowing Liverpool. We weren't making good passes. We weren't making uh, you know runs into the penalty area. We weren't doing anything. We weren't taking shots, and our front players didn't look at the races in the first half. But as soon as Salah got the goal, I knew we would win the game because Fulham are a team that are at the bottom of the league and they haven't scored many goals, but they've conceded so many. And I was expecting an avalanche of goals in the second half, maybe three or four more goals. But we got the second goal from an outstanding cross from Robertson, and he fired it in. And Shaqiri, what magnificent technique to put the ball into the bottom corner from that. The cross was high. It was a very high cross, and the way it came down to Shaqiri, and he was able to just cushion it into the corner with the inside of his left foot, and he puts it in for 2-0. And I'm thinking, that's it, that's the game over, we've won it, and yeah, so we won the game 2-0, the final game before the international break. We took the 3 points, and we stay on the heels of Manchester City, basically, just 2 points behind them. Who the next day, we went to the top of the league, but the next day they played Man United, and Man United performed like bloody, I don't know, they performed like bloody amateurs, like kids. They were so scared of Manchester City before the whistle had even blown. You could tell after about 5 minutes that they're going to get battered. They're going to get beaten by Man City, and yeah, full credit to City. They came out wanting to win the game from the first 10, 15 minutes, and they got the early goal through David Silva, and they never looked back from there. Basically, they took Man United apart, and Man United, a supposedly big team in England, Manchester United, have become a mid-table average team, and they look so poor. They look so disjointed. They look disinterested. Their players, they don't seem to have any. They don't seem to have any team spirit about them. They don't seem to have any, playing for the shirt for Manchester United. It doesn't seem to appeal to them. It doesn't seem to be important for them, and because of the manager they have, Mourinho, I think a lot of players, they don't really want to play under Mourinho anymore, and it's starting to show on the pitch, with the performances. And they got battered 3-1 in the end, and City went back to the top of the league. But I'm not disheartened, because thinking that Liverpool are still there, we're still only 2 points behind them. When a lot of fans wrote us off at the beginning of the season, they said that Man City are going to run away with it. It's going to be another 20 points, 25 points gap between the two teams. And Man City must be sick of the sight of Liverpool, because they keep winning and yet they can't pull away from Liverpool. Liverpool are always, quite near to them, only a couple of points or goal difference. So they're getting tired of this shit, Man City, in my opinion. It just needs a little mistake. Any mistake from Man City now, any slip up in one of the games, and Liverpool win, we go to the top. And then it's in our own hands. The destiny is in our own hands. We have to push on from there, win all the games that we're playing, and just keep applying the pressure. Because Man City will have tough games after the international break. I think they have to play Chelsea in London, and I think they still have to play. Let me see. Oh, they play us, of course, after the New Year, just at the beginning of the New Year, I think, on the 3rd of January or 2nd or something like that, at the Etihad. So these are two vital games for Liverpool. If they can lose to Chelsea City or drop points, and then we go to the Etihad full of confidence, full of energy, full of enthusiasm to win the game, then they'll be left behind, and Liverpool will open up a 4-point, 5-point gap over City at the beginning of the new year, and that should be it really. We should go on to win it after that, in my opinion, because Liverpool are capable of beating the smaller teams. We've shown it this year. We're so capable of beating them now. We've got a game plan. We know how to play against them. The mid-table and the lower teams in the league, we're picking up 3 points regularly against these teams now. So there's no excuses. We have to make sure that we're there until the New Year game, until after the New Year when we play them on the 3rd. We have to make sure that we're really near to them, maybe a couple of points, and they will start to feel the pressure, because last year, by this time, before Christmas, they were already so far ahead, City, and they knew that they were going to go on to win it, the Premier League title. But this year, it's a completely different story, with Liverpool rejuvenated, Chelsea even applying the pressure, even Tottenham. Tottenham have got themselves into the title race, but I don't think that they will last the pace. Chelsea and Tottenham won't last the pace, and it's going to be between City and Liverpool. So yeah, so we have to make sure that we win our games until Christmas, basically. All the fixtures that are coming up after the international break, we have some winnable games, against the likes of Burnley, Bournemouth, Watford, and I can't remember the other one, but there's a few other games that we should be winning. We should be taking the 3 points. Oh, Wolverhampton Wanderers, who we play, I think we play them away, isn't it, at Molineux? Yeah, before Christmas, and then we play Newcastle, I think, on Boxing Day. Then we play Arsenal, and then we play City. So these are vital games for Liverpool, leading up to the Christmas period and the New Year. So we should be looking to take as many points as we can. Just keep in contact with Man City. Stay really near to them. Don't let them open up a gap again. And it's all looking very good, Liverpool fans. Although we're not playing brilliant football, we're still not playing brilliant football, what we did last year. But we're winning games. We're putting the points on the board, and that's the main thing in football. I mean, it's all well and good some of our fan base saying that we're not gelling, we're not clicking, we're not playing good football. But what do you want? As Liverpool fans, what do you want? Do you want to be in a title race, or do you want to be in 5th position and playing good football? I don't want to be in that situation, because we lived through it last year. We played so much exciting football, so many great games, but we didn't win anything, did we? We got to the Champions League final, and we lost it because of a shit goalkeeper, and the fact that we lost our best player in the first half, Mohamed Salah, who was on fire last season, top scorer in Europe probably, and he had to go off injured. So these are the main factors that contributed to us not winning the Champions League against Real Madrid. And I would much rather sneak a 1-0 and win the trophy than play great football and lose 3 or 4-1. So it's down to Liverpool fans. What do you actually want? Do you want Liverpool to win something? Do you want Liverpool to take silverware, or do you want Liverpool to just play entertaining, attacking football, open attacking football, which in the end cost us a lot of points because it's all well and good attacking your opponent, but when they get you on the back foot and you're caught out, you're going forwards and you don't have anybody at the back defending, then you're going to concede goals, you're going to concede chances, and you're going to be punished against the better teams, the bigger teams. So Liverpool have to make up their minds. This is a much more pragmatic, this is a much more, result-getting team. They know how to get results, Liverpool, at the moment. We're not playing the best of football, but we're getting the results. And this is what the Liverpool of old would have done, in the 80s or the 70s. You can't always play good football. Football fans need to wake up. You can't always play at the top level. You need to have games where you're just solid at the back and you sneak a 1-0 or a 2-1. This is the way you win games, the way you win titles. You have to be clever. You have to be tactically on your game and know how to beat the opponent in certain different, ways. You can't just rely on one certain way of football and that's it. Good teams don't do that. Teams that have a variety of playing, a variety of ways of playing, are the teams that are successful. If you look at all the champions of the past in the league or in European, in the European Cups, they've always had different ways of playing and to get results against different opposition. And eventually they go on to win it. They go on to win the major prizes, the biggest trophies of them all. And this, as a Liverpool fan, I've been supporting this club for 30 years, this team. And I've seen Liverpool win trophies, but this period of the club, Jurgen Klopp's fourth year, could be the most exciting, could be one of the best even for the future. The next 2 or 3 years, we could be winning so many trophies, so many league titles. If we just get one in the bag this season, then you will see Liverpool favourites again next season. And then we'll start progressing in all the competitions, in the domestic cup competitions, the FA Cup, and then the Champions League. So I want to see Liverpool getting back to winning silverware now. I don't listen to all these rubbish, articles and things on YouTube and videos saying that we need to get back to playing good football. We don't need to do that, man. What's happened in the past? You've lost everything. It's no good playing good football and you don't win anything. As Liverpool Football Club, we expect to win trophies again. This is the feeling that I'm getting from Liverpool fans now. We need to be winning trophies because we've gone away from it so badly in the past. The past 10 or 15 years, we've become accustomed to not winning anything anymore. We don't expect to win anything. And because of that, the football that Klopp brought into the club when he first came was very exciting to everybody, very, made everyone very happy and content. But it's all well and good. This is his fourth year now. He needs to actually win something. He needs to win a trophy. I don't slate Jurgen Klopp. I think he's a very good manager. I think he's intelligent. I think he knows how to play football the right way, and he always wants his teams to play good football. But at the end of the day, when you look at the mistakes you've made in the past, you need to realise, you need to see what you're doing wrong, and then you need to address the problems and you need to become better gradually, slowly, but you need to do it over a certain amount of years. And I think Liverpool are getting to that stage now. We need to push on. We need to push on and we need to win a trophy or two, because this is what defines managers. This is what defines success in the modern age, and it's always been like that, even in the past. Footballers were not getting paid good money, but everybody wanted to win league titles. Everybody wanted to win trophies. And it's the same now, even now in this day and age where there's so much money in football and the players are just getting paid silly money to play a game of football for 90 minutes when there's so many more important things in the world. Really, if you look at the truth of the matter, there's so many much more important things going on in the world, and it's a game of football. So we need to play it with an amateur, how do you say, an amateur spirit, basically, and go out and be successful. Because I don't care about the money, man. I don't care about what players get, what car they buy, where they live. This doesn't appeal to me or to most fans. We look at what happens on the pitch. It's the same with this bloody Pogba idiot at Manchester United and all these, multi-million-pound footballers, more worried about their bloody hairstyle and what clothes they wear than what they do on the pitch. So for me, as a Liverpool fan of 30 years, Ahmet Gosa, I want to see Liverpool be pragmatic. I want to see Liverpool grind out the results and to get the 3 points. That's what makes me happy. I want to see Liverpool staying at the top of the league for as long as they can. And at the end of the day, if we can't do it, then, fair enough. Manchester City deserve to win it. So we need to push them until the end, even after the City game, on the 3rd of January 2019, even when we've played that game, no matter what the result is, if we win, if we lose, if we draw, we have to carry on because there's still 4-5 months of the season to go. So there's still a lot of opportunities. But until then, until that game in January, we need to be winning those games in the league because they're winnable games. We should be turning these teams over now. I think Bournemouth and Watford will probably be tough games because they're doing pretty well in the league. But Liverpool are second place, so there's no excuses. We should be beating them. Doesn't matter that they're doing well. Liverpool should be beating these teams. Man City are beating them. Chelsea are beating them, and we've been beating these teams as well, the mid-table and lower teams in the league. So we should be winning again. And yeah, that's all I wanted to speak about, Liverpool fans. The fact that we've got this bloody international break again, I'm praying to God that we don't pick up any injuries. Our players don't become injured with their national teams and they come back fit and ready to go again for the Watford game on the 24th of November, a Saturday. So, yeah, that's about it, Liverpool fans. That's all we can talk about. And, I wanted to talk about the Ousmane Dembele rumours. Apparently, Liverpool wants to put in a bid for this young, talented winger who plays for Barcelona now. I think he used to play for Dortmund, Klopp's previous team. And, yeah, he's a very good talent. He's a very good player. But they say that he's got some disciplinary problems. So I don't know. I don't know his character. I don't know what he's like as a player. But I know that he has quality. I know that he has pace and he can deliver good crosses into the area. He can score goals even. So if we can get him in, brilliant. But I don't see it happening. Not in January because FSG, in all their regime at Liverpool Football Club, I've never seen them buy anybody in January of any note, apart from Virgil van Dijk, which they had to buy because they sold Coutinho to Barcelona, so they needed to buy a big name player in the January transfer window, and they had the money available, so they went out and bought him. But for this season, I don't see them spending that much money in January anyway. And we need definitely a playmaker in midfield, and if we can get like maybe a centre back or a striker, because Virgil van Dijk is on his own, I feel, in the defence. Joe Gomez is a good player, but he's still young. We're praising him too much. We're putting too much pressure on him at the moment. He is young, and he's only just recently come back from injury. Virtually a year and a half, 2 years injured. He came into Liverpool, I think, in the 2015-16 season, before Rodgers got the sack, and he played very well. His first 3 or 4 games before he got injured, he was looking very fast, very dynamic. He could play good passes. He could take the ball and run at people even from the back of the pitch, and he looked like an accomplished young player. But when he got the injury, it set him back, and it's taken him time to get back into the team and to now form a partnership with Virgil van Dijk in the centre back position. But yeah, so I think we need one more player because I don't see Joel Matip becoming any better. And he's too slow now. He's not good enough. Dejan Lovren is always prone to mistakes again in defence. and we don't want to be relying on Lovren. If anything happens to one of our centre backs, God forbid, then we don't want to have a defence where you've got Lovren and Matip in there again as your main defenders. Your main centre backs. So all in all, Liverpool fans, that's all we can really speak about now in the international break. I think England play America tonight in a friendly match, and yeah, so we've got about another week, another 8 or 9 days to go until this bloody international football break is over, and we get back to the nitty gritty again. We get back to the Premier League, and this is what all Liverpool fans are waiting for. This is what we want to see, because we're very excited. This is a title race that we haven't been in for many years. And hopefully we can keep there until the end of the season. We can stay with City. We can put pressure on them and even overtake them, And if not, then I think priority needs to be put on the FA Cup. We need to win something this season. I don't care whether it's the FA Cup, the Champions League, or the Premier League title. One of these cups, one of these trophies needs to be coming to Anfield, because it's all well and good praising Klopp and saying that he's done good things for Liverpool, he's changed everything, but at the end of the day, he's going to be judged on trophies, what he's won. Even Rodgers, we slated Rodgers for not winning anything, but Rodgers was playing good football as well. When he got the team up and running, when he got them playing the way he wants to, his philosophy embedded in the team, we were winning games as well. And we were unlucky because we didn't have good enough squad to carry on in these seasons. But even he got us a second place, Rodgers. And, he's winning everything in Scotland. Scottish League might not be the best in the world, the strongest, but the man has won 2 trebles in a row, and he's at the top of the Scottish League again this season. And Steven Gerrard's Rangers are fighting it out with Celtic now, along with Hearts, who are in second place, I think. So it's all looking good up there. The competition is becoming better, the league title race in Scotland, and if he wins it a 3rd time in a row, then you have to stand up and applaud him. He's really doing well, Rodgers. So for me, Liverpool fans, I look at trophies now. We're seeing all the development under Klopp. The 3 or 4 years that he's come into the club, he's changed the way we play. He's changed the personnel of the team. He's changed the training methods, the way we train, the interaction between the players. And he's changed the atmosphere in the stadium. It's become a much more buoyant place, much more happy place, Anfield. And the atmosphere has really picked up. It's become a cauldron again, of European football. It's become a fortress. Teams are scared to come to Anfield again, to play games at Anfield, because they know they're going to get beaten, so they have that feeling before they've even gone out onto the pitch. And this is what we needed back at Anfield for many years, because the amount of points that we dropped at Anfield to these mid-table and lower teams in the league was absolutely ridiculous. And it cost us a lot of points in the league, And even FA Cup matches, we lost so many games to lower league opposition at Anfield, And it's unbelievable, the amount of silly games that we've thrown away that we should have won. And yeah, so all in all, Liverpool fans, it's looking very good. When we come back from the international break, we need to get on a run again, maybe win 3 or 4 games again, and hopefully City will slip up somewhere, because they're bound to. They've got so many games in the League Cup, in the FA Cup, which is going to be starting in January. Then they've got the Champions League, the Premier League, so they're bound to, get injuries, and they're bound to lose form as well at one stage in the season. And we need to be there to take advantage. We need to be right next to them to be able to exploit it and overtake them, and stay at the top of the league. And as I said, if we get the result we need at the Etihad on the 3rd of January 2019, then we should be favourites to win the Premier League title, and we should go on to win it, There's no, 2 ways about it. We need to win the Premier League. It's been 28 years, my friends, 28 years since we've actually won a league championship. Can you believe that? And people are still trying to say that we're developing, and we just need to get better. You're talking rubbish, man. Honestly, we are becoming better, so we actually need to win something now. We have become better over the 3 or 4 years that Klopp's been here. So the next step is to actually win a trophy. Forget all this rubbish about developing and progressing. This is all done now. It's all been completed. Liverpool are the real deal now. We need to actually, maybe buy one more midfielder, and that's it. We're done. We have a good enough team, a good enough squad to be winning trophies now. And if we don't win anything at the end of this season, then I'm sorry, but that should be the end of Jurgen Klopp, really. I appreciate him as a manager, don't get me wrong. I'm not slating him. I'm not saying that he's a bad manager, but he needs to win something. Any Liverpool fan that thinks differently doesn't know the game of football. Any Liverpool fan that thinks differently doesn't know the traditions of Liverpool Football Club, the success of Liverpool Football Club. This club has been always, has been there to win trophies, has always been successful in the league, and in the European game. So there's no point in just saying we need to progress and develop. This is done now. Yeah, we need to actually put the trophies in the cabinet now, win something, and then go on to another level. And then Liverpool will start to become what they were in the past, a juggernaut again, a major force in English football, in European football. This is what we need to aspire to. Even Manchester City, look, they've won one title, and their fans are on cloud nine now. They think that they're going to be the next best team that has ever been around in the world. They're starting to get cocky. They're starting to become arrogant. They think they're one of the best in the world. They are a good team, but they're nowhere near Liverpool in terms of trophies won. They're nowhere near Manchester United, but they have that feeling now that they're going to be successful for many years to come in the future, because they can see it on the pitch. They can see the way they play football. They can see the games that they're winning, and the performance level is really up there as one of the best. So we need to be there as well. We're good enough. We've done them last season 3 times, Man City, twice in the Champions League, and we beat them at Anfield in the league as well. So we've got the beating of this team. We just need to have the belief. We need to have the passion, and we need to have the desire to go on and beat them, to overtake them in the league and win it. To win this Premier League title, because that's what's going to make me happy. It might be a bit of we're setting the standards high, but it has to happen. I'm sorry, but some people are making excuses that it's 25 points last year, and even closing the gap is success. It's not success, man. Come on, you're kidding yourself. The only reason City were so far ahead of Liverpool is because we dropped a lot of points to shit teams again. We had so many draws. If we had won those games, the games that we should have won, which I think we drew 12 games, and of those 12 games, I think we were leading in 9 of those. So, if you add on the points that we should have won out of those games, the points gap would have only been about 5 or 10 points at the end. Not even that. So it would have been really close. The title race, and it wasn't to be. But this year I'm expecting more success from Jurgen Klopp and his team, and bar major injuries and catastrophic loss of form, we should be there until the end of the season in May, and hopefully win it, or win the Champions League, win the FA Cup, because I want silverware, man. It doesn't matter. As a club, you need to get the confidence back. You need to get that feeling of winning something. When you win a trophy, that confidence floods into the team. And when it floods into the team, then they start to believe that they can win everything. Then they start to have that winning mentality that we can go on and win every trophy that is going, And this is what happened in the past with Liverpool. We started off winning, smaller trophies. Then we went on to the title. Then we went on to winning the European Cup. So this is how it happens in football. It's all about the confidence, the morale of the team. And when you have good players, you have quality players, then you can achieve everything. You can achieve anything and everything in the league. So yeah, that's about it, Liverpool fans. Thank you for watching my video again. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Make your comments in the comment section below. It's going to be very much appreciated. We've had nothing to do again in this bloody international break, so I thought I might as well, make a video for my followers, for the people that follow me, and give me support. And thank you very much again, fellow Reds, and hopefully we'll speak again, before the Watford game at Vicarage Road on the 24th on a Saturday. And I'll probably make a video previewing that game again, So take care of yourselves, keep occupied, don't get bored out of your bloody heads again. And we haven't got too long to go, maybe 8 or 9 days. and it should pass quite quickly, hopefully. So take care of yourselves, everyone. Thank you for watching again, and you'll never walk alone. Up the mighty Reds.